Hello there, Kickstarter. It's Ryan here. I'm back. It's been a few years, but I'm pretty excited to show you something pretty new, pretty unique. It's called Tipping Point, and it's a climate change board game. So something that maybe a few of you would know, but I'm a climatologist. That's my day job. Making board games has been sort of a fun hobby. But as a climatologist, I'm looking at climate models, I'm looking at scenarios for the future, generating maps, and I really wanted to bring these two worlds together, and that's what Tipping Point is. So I've partnered with a really talented local graphic designer, Bradford Geiselman, and he's helped create some pretty stunning artwork. So let me show you Tipping Point, let me get you a little bit excited about it, and let me tell you why I need Kickstarter's help again with this project. Okay, so the game of Tipping Point is kind of like SimCity meets Machikoro meets, well, climate change. So your goal is to grow a really large population. So that's where these citizen cards come in handy. And every citizen has a bit of a special power associated with them, but also they all require food to survive. So that's your next goal, is grow food. Well, how do you do that? You need development cards, and development cards come in two major flavors. There's the gray ones, which are cards that they're not necessarily bad, but they pollute, right? They release carbon dioxide. So you've got highways, oil wells, universities, schools, city hall, that sort of thing. And then there's the green development cards, and those include forests, wetlands, some small farms, and then also some cool technologies like this carbon capture and storage plant, which can actually suck carbon dioxide right out of the air. But you'll notice maybe in the bottom corner of this card, these sorts of advanced technologies also require electricity. So that's kind of the next goal. You got to generate electricity, and of course that comes with its own sort of challenges as well. Then, after you've had your turn developing your cards, it's the weather's turn. And so every round, these weather cards here are flipped randomly, and depending on how they combine, and you can use the trusty weather almanac card to sort of figure out the combinations here. Depending on how these weather cards combine, you might have a disaster to deal with, like a tornado, a fire, all sorts of fun things. So that's the general premise. So one of the things about Tipping Point that's really unique and fun is that you get to choose whether you want to play cooperatively or against one another, against your fellow players. And, you know, so sometimes maybe you're a little short on food or you don't have enough electricity. You can borrow those from your fellow players, provided you have a good relationship with them. But you could also just choose to, you know, use your military might and go in for oil and develop big factories and just sort of go for a solo victory. So the really interesting thing about the game is that actually everyone can win, provided everyone gets to a certain level of growth and development. But that can be really difficult, right? Because there's only a certain amount of resources to go around. So it can be much easier for a single player to just sort of go for a Baroque, but then they have to put up with a bunch of other players who might try to you know, block them by not trading and not helping them out when they need help. Anyways, that's Tipping Point, and there's a lot more you can read down below in the description. And so why do I need your help? Why do I need Kickstarter? I've got this lovely prototype here, and you can probably see it on the box. It says demo copy for review. These are expensive things to make, and I've only got a couple. And in order to get sort of a mass production on this, I need at least 1,000 orders or so. Once I reach that point, things start to click in nicely into place, and I can get some better deals on shipping and manufacturing costs. So that's why I need your help.
I need you to help me build this project. Now, there are a few things that are not quite finalized. So the artwork is pretty much done and locked in. The rules booklet, though, does need a little bit more work and a little bit more play testing. And so that's where I also need a little bit more development time. And in particular, what I really want to see is this game developed so that it can work well in schools. It's a great game for casual gamers and strategic gamers, families, but I really think too it could work well in schools. It's not your sort of typical boring environmental game where you're just told, recycle and everything's going to be fine. It's got some real world mechanics which really put players in sometimes some awkward positions where they have to decide, who lives and who dies. So I think like for a high school audience, this could really work well, but the game's just a little long. It runs about an hour and a half right now, so I want to create a set of rules that really takes the game right down and you can finish in about 45 minutes so that it can work inside of a school day. Anyways, if you have questions, please put them up in the FAQs. I'm happy to answer them. And I've got some exciting ideas for maybe some stretch goals and some expansions, some ways we can take this game even further. Please help me out. Share this page, share this video, give it a like, and hopefully I'll see you at the finish line. Thanks again, Kickstarter. Take care, and happy holidays.